See how ILN has a really high nose-up attitude? The nose wheel's actually off the ground. That's a specialty takeoff that we use when departing grass strips. You'll learn a bit more about that after your first solo.
The heat on, right?
Runway 35.
Yeah, I do have the heat on.
Making sure.
It'll get warm in here once we get full power. You could actually, if you want to hold the brakes, you rev the engine up to 1500.
And Bravo traffic, Hotel November Golf is turning for final on 35.
That'll also warm up our engine a little bit before we take off.
And be touch and go.
Bravo traffic, Bravo Golf Zulu lining up, runway 35 for departure to the south. We are going to the south, right?
We are going to the south, yep.
Alright, so carpet off, mixture rich, lap set for takeoff.
Yep, just keep the control column back right about there.
Yep.
Full power and the airplane will come off the ground when it's ready. There is a lot of slipstream in this airplane, so you need a lot more right rudder than you need in the 152s. And climb speed is 75 knots. It's a lot more of a nose down attitude than the 152s.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's right about there. And just keep that right rudder in to keep this ball here in the center. For 1,000 feet we can get our flaps up. And just trim the airplane for 75. Away we go. How are you liking the 172?
Very different.
Very different?
Yes.
Any noteworthy differences?
That
are more
well,
dramatic
definitely a
than
lot
this?
more rudder needs to be used.
A lot more rudder.
Yeah.
Yep.
Feels heavier, I guess.
Yep. Alright. Let's do a Hazel check, and then we will we'll do some slow flight.
South X-ray is turning final 35 Brantford.
Right, 4,000 area, they were coming up upon a town here.
We're coming up on Scotland here, but we can just keep heading southbound, kind of follow this road, Highway 24. We'll be clear of Scotland very shortly. Our S is for security and seatbelts. We're good for what we're doing back here.
Then primer lock, master on, magnetos both, no temperature pressure in the grand.
Whoops.
Blow.
That is the panel lighting, actually. So our carpete's right here.
Yep.
Alright. I'll get that fixed after. So carpete's out and then back on.
Not noticing a drop.
Me neither.
I made a rise though.
Just gonna leave it out for a minute.
Traffic, Hotel November Golf is going to be crossing.
Fixtures rich, fuel selectors on both. And then just a lookout. So
South
you can take
X-ray
some clearing
35
turns.
Brantford, back tracking.
Alright, looks like the airspeed stabilized around 80 knots. So we're at the bottom of the green arc on the tachometer. Why don't we bring the carpete out now? Bit of a drop in RPM there.
I want to bring it back.
Nope, you can keep that out because we're just going to keep reducing that power 100 RPM at a time until we find the lowest power setting that keeps us airborne.
Brantford Unicom, this is Zulu Juliet Foxtrot requesting a radio check and airport advisory.
I think we're maintaining 60 knots alright. Why don't you bring back another 100 RPMs worth of power? Alright, so I think we've established the lowest power setting that keeps us airborne. You remember what this condition of flight is called?
Right.
Flight for endurance. We're in the air for as long as possible with regards to time for every unit of fuel burned. That's great. Now if we want to get into slow flight, we have to get going a bit slower in terms of airspeed. So what we do is we bring a little bit of power in and we pitch the nose up more. Yep, and now we're in slow flight. The power is going to be your main control that you use to control our altitude, whereas the pitch of the airplane controls our airspeed more. Now you're in slow flight. We got a very low airspeed, high nose up attitude, a high power setting. That stall horn you can hear coming on and off, and the controls are probably feeling pretty sluggish. Whenever you're ready, why don't you take a good look out to the left and just start a gentle turn to a heading at north.
Radio check, please. Last call for Brantford, loud and clear. Mike Kilo uniform, thank you.
You're doing really well with that. You're on your altitude right on. We're about as slow as we can get going here without flaps. All right, when you're ready here, put down 30 degrees of flaps in stages, 10 degrees at a time. Nose will want to pitch up, so compensate by pushing the nose forward, and we'll be able to have a reduced power setting as well. Try and stay on a heading in north.
Area traffic, India Lima November by the wind farm at 4.0 doing upper air work.
So if we're getting a bit high, why don't you bring some power back? We'll start to sink a little bit. And you can get 20, I'll get your 20 because it's hard to find on here. There's 20 degrees of flaps. Put down 30 degrees of flaps whenever you're ready. Trim the airplane out, stay kind of in the 40 to 50 knot range there on the airspeed indicator. And there you go, you're in slow flight. Try to turn the ailerons back and forth. Probably takes quite a lot of movement, to produce a bit of a turn. And it also likes to swing back and forth a lot. Alright, whenever you're ready you can recover. And our recovery procedure is full power, including car beat, nose down, and then flaps up in stages. So, full power, car beat, nose down, just to the cruise attitude, and start bringing those flaps up in stages. There's 20, go up to 10, and that speed's coming up. You can probably go flaps up anytime. Nice. Then just get the airplane trimmed back out for straight and level flight. Alright, whenever you're ready, we can do another...
Thank you very much for Tommy 05.
Another Hazel check, and we'll do some steep turns. Right or left of your choice.
Road this time.
Brantford traffic, Mike Kilo uniform is clearing to the southeast at 2.4, climbing to 3.5 eastbound.
Nice. That was very well done. Bit of a different sight picture than the 152s,
I am.
Bit of a lower nose down attitude.
Bit above and below.
Yep, good above and below. So why don't you just do a regular power on stall, or correction, power off stall, power on recovery. Power to idle, carburetor heat, and then a full power recovery. Airplane has a really hard time stalling, so see how this goes.
Brantford traffic, Diamond Star, Sierra Papa Tango, just clear of the active. Taxiing on Bravo.
Use runner to pick up that wing. There you go, full power. Yep, full power. RP 2.
Brantford traffic, this is Zulu Juliet Foxtrot, climbing through 4,300 feet, just on the north side of the South practice area. We'll be heading to the southeast side of the practice area to do some upper air work.
Brave traffic, Bravo Golf Zulu's 3,800 feet. We're on the southeast side of the practice area as well, 3,800 and below. And you can make a turn over to the heading of west. Or just kind of a left turn if you'd like. And we'll do one more power on stall. Then head back to the airport. Whenever you're ready, car Pete, power at 1,500 RPM. And 10 degrees of flaps.
With this recovery, do flaps come up?
First, it's going to be full power, car Pete nose down, and then flaps up as our speed comes up. Yep. Yep, perfect. Now, full power, great. And get those flaps up. Nice. Then you can just get us back to straight and level flight here. Very well done. At this point, you can just start a regular power on descent. So at the bottom of the green arc, you can set your power. We'll start a descent for 1,800 feet.
Brantford traffic, Bravo Golf Zulu's 3,000 feet, 5 miles to the south, inbound.
Yeah, we're pretty much looking right down 3-5. It's off that side. So we're going to circle around towards the right and then join overhead the field at 1,800 feet. Probably gets turned in towards the field a little bit more now, since we are only 1,000 away from our altitude. Yeah, and then just level off at 1,800, and we're going to cross overhead this way. What we get for a nice day with good visibility. As you know, that's a characteristic of unstable air. Get a little bit of turbulence with it. Why I prefer the lower visibility days. Can't see anything, but at least it's smooth.
No?
And whenever we're overhead the field, you can make a radio call.
Brantford traffic, Bravo Golf Zulu's overhead the field at 1,800, join the mid-left downwind for runway 35.
And power settings are all the same that you use for setting yourself up. The exception is that our approach speed's a bit faster at 65 or 70 knots.
Brantford traffic, Bravo Golf Zulu, turning left base, runway 35. Full stop.
I find the 152s a little bit easier to learn how to fly in. These planes are just quite a lot bigger, unfortunately.
Exactly.
Just got a whole different feel, and that's what I meant when I said like we should probably not jump back and forth, because it's like it's hard to transfer those skills.
That's why I don't really necessarily want to do those on this plane.
For traffic, Bearskin 809, currently IFR Metroliner will be VFR. Planning straight in runway 23, wheels down in 10 minutes, 809.
I don't know.
And yeah, for this runway, just keep your approach a bit high, because we do have those power lines to watch out for. Start bringing some of that power out.
Prepare for traffic, Bravo Golf Zulu's on final, runway 35.
Check your approach speed, we're still a bit high. Get your flaps 30, we're just a bit fast still. Fortunately, I don't think we're going to be down in the first third. Actually, no, we'll be fine here. You know, at full power? Yep. Your flaps 20.
I didn't think so either.
Yeah. It's tricky with the, get that carpet in too. I'll get your flaps up to 10. We would have to slam on the brakes, just not worth it.
Nope.
And through 1,000 feet, I'm gonna get your flap 0. This airplane too, unfortunately, unlike the 152s, floats forever. So it's got a whole different landing kind of feel to it.
Gotcha.
There you go. You're on the approach speed. We're still a little bit high, so we can bring some of that power back. Hard landing a bigger airplane than you're used to on a shorter runway than you're used to. Why don't you get flaps 30 sometime, and you can bring that power out.
Brentford Unicom and Bearskin 809. 809, Brentford, go ahead. We're currently about 4 minutes to the east, request fuel advisory. Right now, winds are showing 080 at 6 knots, suggest runway 05 for you. We're playing on 23 if there's no other traffic around. Just traffic inbound from the west.
Bring that power all the way back.
Okay, what's his distance?
Brantford traffic
great,
is
does like the
into
flow.
November.
Yeah.
Presently,
Really likes
7
to
miles
float, eh?
to the
Just keep holding
southwest
it
of
off.
the airport. We're going to be setting
Floats
ourselves
halfway down the runway.
for overhead the field at
There you go.
2300 and returning to left downwind for runway
And just start applying some brakes.
35 for
We're going to taxi down to the end of this runway.
Okay,
and then
what's
take
your
the other one
ETA,
down.
sir?
We'll be there in about 5 minutes, something like that, so I think you're quite fine.
Excellent. Okay, check no conflict. And we're just about a minute away from final and about 2 or 3 from wheels down. We'll let you know when we're final for runway 23, sir.
Roger that, and we're just coming up over Burford, so if that gives you any indication.
Sorry, no, but we are still well to the east, sir.
No conflict at all.
Okay, we'll see you on the ground.
Prep chart, Bravo Golf Zulu is clear 3-5, backtracking 1-1.
No, I didn't buy any sort of nose-up attitude at all. It just naturally wanted to.
Yeah, it just kind of naturally floats. So we got a Bearskin airliner about, I think they said 2 or 3 minutes from wheels down off the, they're on a 10-mile final right now for runway 23.
Traffic, this is Los Angeles, November, descending 23,
So,
2500, running 300, present view, Burford.
we should be fine crossing 2-3, but I'm just going to keep an eye out. They'll call usually about a mile final. Alright, I don't see him. Yeah,
I might, if that's him. Something over there.
I don't see him immediately, so we can cross this runway. Bravo traffic, Bravo Golf Zulu is crossing runway 0523 for the apron.
Not out there, but I don't.
Oh yeah, they've got blaringly bright approach lights, so don't see him out there. We're fine. Bravo traffic, Bravo Golf Zulu is clear of runway 0523.
Clear for traffic, Bearskin 809 VFR Metroliner is 3 mile final, wheels down, minute and a half. Runway 23.
And Bearskin just on the ramp there. Do you have enough room here? Just hold on a sec. I want to make sure they're going to be clear.
Check, mixture fully. Takeoff, 172.
Ops report, tracks.
Perfect.